What is up, and welcome back to the Built by Rich YouTube channel. Today's episode, we are going to be replacing the heads on the LS Swap 240Z. I am going with an aftermarket head, so full CNC, fully built from Frankenstein, and excited to put that on. But first, I need to take it off so that way we can put it on. It's actually fairly simple because with the LSs, you don't really need to take any of the accessories off. Only thing you gotta do is you gotta take the intake manifold, which is the ITBs, headers, and then just the top part on the cylinder heads, and pretty much everything else comes off. You can leave the water pump and all that together. All right, as you can see, I kind of already started. I drained the fluids. I started removing the spark plugs, wires, and then the covers. I got a couple of things to take off, and then I should be able to take the heads off. So stay tuned. All right, let me just give you guys a quick run through of what needs to come off. So we'll need to disconnect the breathers for the valves, or valve covers, sorry. So that needs to be disconnected right here on both sides. The ignition coils needs to come off. That way we can access the bolts for the valve cover. Valve cover needs to come out. The header needs to be disconnected. So that needs to be disconnected. Fuel lines will need to be taken off here. And on the other side, that way we can take the ITBs off. Obviously, ITB bolts needs to come off. Here in the front, this line needs to come off, and on the back of the heads, there's this bolt right here for the ground, so that needs to come off. And obviously disconnect the wiring harness, and that's basically it. That way we can take the ITBs off in one piece and access everything else. So let me go ahead and do that for you guys. All right, we are starting to get there. Got the top taken off, a lot of the exterior stuff's taken off. Now what we need to do is we need to take off the rocker arms. There's 8mm bolts, and then we got those head bolts right there, and right there, and right in the middle, and the head can come off. Let's go ahead and do that. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take sh**. I got no love for the business. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take sh**. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can. Alright, next thing is getting all the head bolts, and then we can pull the head out. Saw the past and the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains that last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take sh**. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough. Alright, so I got the head bolts off. This should be ready to come out. It's gonna get messy, but it is what it is. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible,
so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off.
All right, the heads are off. Let's take a look at what we are going to be installing. This is the Frankenstein M series, Monster series, 311 heads for LS3. Look at that. Beautiful. It uses silicone gaskets, so we don't need gaskets for headers. Fully CNC machined. We got some aftermarket valve springs. I think there's 700 lift or 700. It's going to be using its own rocker arms. The intake is beautiful as well. If I can flip it. Look at that. So that is what we are installing in this motor. Should free up some more power, and yeah, it's gonna be a monster. Frankenstein.
Patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no, I
I am using LS9 head gasket. It has 7 layers instead of 5. It gives it a little. It makes the compression ratio go down a little bit, which isn't much, but it does go down a little bit. I wanted to do that just in case I do end up going boost down the road, because I do have a high compression motor. I'm gonna sacrifice a little bit of horsepower, but it ain't gonna make that much difference. All right, real important when you're putting the heads are the torque sequences, and today we are going to be using the precise built torque wrench that I got from them. This is going to make sure that we have the right torque, and when we're torquing it, we are doing it in a cross pattern, starting from the middle, working our way out, and then the top middle, working our way out. It's going to be 25 at the first pass, 50 second pass, and then 70 third pass, and then the top ones are going to be 28 foot-pounds. Let's go ahead and do that and show you how well this precise built torque wrench works. And if you buy it from them, make sure you use Builtbyrich when you check out. You do get a 5% discount. It's not much, but it is something. All right. We're going to go ahead and get started in the middle. Okay. Next pass is going to be 50. All right, next is going to be 75. Or sorry, 70. Okay. Next is going to be the top ones. 28 foot-pounds. Need a longer extension. All right. Heads are torque. Let's do the other side.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange.
All right, now that we got all the heads torqued, what we need to do is we need to measure the push rod length, because this is it's a different degree heads, 11 degrees, so it changes the dimensions of the push rod, how much you need. So we'll need to definitely measure that. That way the valves can work properly. So we'll need a adjustable push rod length to measure. And we'll need a torque wrench. We need a intake and an exhaust rocker arm, and a caliper. So I'll show you guys how to do that right now. All right. So first thing you want to do is you want to rotate the engine. You want to put the adjustable push rod. Real quick disclaimer: I may have foobarred the step here. Not 100% sure, but it looks like it does work out all well in the end. But anyways, don't want you guys messing up, so I recommend watching other videos on how to properly measure push rod length. I know Richard Holden has a nice video on it, so you can watch his video and then you can come back right here. Okay, I did the math, and I kind of want to just double check by putting what the actual size is in here. All right. Okay. Okay. Let's see how many turns it takes to torque it to 22. Quarter, half, 3/4, 1, 1 and an 8. I think that's perfect. All right, upon doing all the calculation, I decided that I am gonna go with 8.145 5 push rods, both intake and exhaust. That seems to be the happy medium. I could do mismatch one, but that gets a little more expensive because I gotta buy 2 sets. Unless I can find something that has like 8 sets of one size and another 8 sets of another size. So, with that said, I got everything measured up. Now I just need to put everything back together and order the push rods. So get this done in the next couple days as soon as I get the push rods. We really need is the push rods. I was able to find 2 different sizes, so I went with a 8.150 or 815 and 8125. So those were the 2 sizes that I got. I ended up ordering some shirts and a hat too. Just put this out of the way. All right, let me get those push rods in, and we should be able to get this thing started today.
Yeah, I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test, yeah. Expect nothing less, your check as I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, that's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession, all in his possession. You got their attention, I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, Could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheme. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions in the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft. You can change lives. You create thoughts. Never waste time. You got one shot. You got one life. Better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5. No mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way. What I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me.
These are already in gap. I believe 35,000, and already gapped them. They're brand new, so it should be good. All right, let me just put everything back in, tighten it up, valve covers and all that stuff, and then we'll just get back to it when we start the car. All right, she's all put back together, and now we just gotta start it and make sure everything works and see how it goes. got that all situated. Um, now I just need the thermostat to open, because since there's not a lot of water that was inside, it wasn't opening because there was no water. It wasn't heating up. So now I sort of got some water circulating in there, so it should open up, but we shall see. Alright, thank you guys for watching the video. I appreciate you guys sticking to the end. If you guys can, please subscribe and like the video. Really helps me out. And we got more stuff to do in this car, so don't miss out. So subscribe. Till next time, peace.